companies. At this age, you cannot afford to join bad companies. Please make good of all the gadgets that you have to innovate things. Look at your society. What are the problems that are there? And see that you create good solution to all the problems that are within your society. I want to thank you for everything. I also want to thank the organizers of this occasion. It is a very good innovative that they organize things like this to take care of our younger ones. I say kudos to 360 and the management. Thank you so much.
Please, can you put your hands together one more time? This is a beautiful speech that can propel you to anywhere you want to be. Your choices will make you end up in EFCC, either as a problem or a solution provider. All right, let me repeat that. Your choices, your decisions as teenagers, as kids, as youths, make you end up in EFCC. One, if you give a positive solution out of the problems we have, and we have myriads of problems in our society, you are going to end up there as a solution provider, no matter your age. No matter your age, you end up there. But if you follow the bad gang, a wrong negative solution, a wrong negative decision, you are going to end up, they will nab you. Somehow they will nab you. Okay? And if you think they cannot nab, then that is a solution you should find. Why EFCC can find it easy to nab people who make negative decisions to scam people. This is beautiful. This is encouraging. This is strong that his speech is here today to help us know that we can have ideas. We can have ideas, and there are people who will use our ideas. Ideas, it is said, rule the world. Ideas rule the world. We still have some people who are coming in, and I'm going to just quickly take some other names that I will introduce. We have Dr. Jamal Haruna, the permanent member, School Management, Kaduna, Subeb. Can we put our hands together for Jamal Haruna? You're welcome, sir. You're welcome. We also have the CEO of Macrofocus Nigeria Limited. It's a software development company, ICT consulting firm, resident here in Kaduna. He is ably represented by Mr. Moses Bako. Let's put our hands together for him. I know Macrofocus very well. It is an organization that has been there for over 20 years. Okay, so they've been there providing solutions across states, financial sector, HR, administration, public accounting systems, and all of that. And they are here today to tell us how the CEO started way back 25 years ago in GSS3. So he was like you when computers were not what we think about, where people want to delve in. Right in GSS3, he started coding. We are going to have all of that today. We also have the Director of Human Resources, Kaduna State Subeb. Kaduna State Subeb. Let's put our hands together for Malam Aliu Sani. Ahmed. Okay, let's put our hands together for him. So you see, for every vision, you need people that will tell you, support you. Put our hands together one more time for Mr. Ahmed. He has been more than enough. He has supported this vision from when you would want to give up, from when you don't have resources, from when you need link from one place to the other. If you have people like him, there is no dream you cannot achieve. MaaaS is not just your destination. It is where you will stop as a bus stop. We also have other guests who have come in. When I come in next, I will be introducing them. But at this time, we will be taking another speech from the director of Night View, the CEO of Night View. Let me introduce her properly. She's none other but Aisha Sani. She's going to be giving us her speech. She's the head of digital development, NatView Technology. Can you put your hands together one more time for the lady making a difference here? Thank you so much, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Oga MC, please come. My boss is listening somewhere. So I'm not the director and I'm not the CEO. I am just the head of digital development at NatView, so that he wouldn't say I'm trying to take his position early enough.
Yeah, please pardon my mistake.
No problem, no problem. Just a correction. So good morning, everyone. I don't feel you're excited enough to be here. Are you hungry? So come up now. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. It's really great to see so many young faces here today, curious, excited, and I would say full of energy, but I don't think I can see that yet. Honestly, working here, it's like working into the future that you're all hoping to see. I would like to start by thanking Madam Salome, MaaaS 360, for organizing this. We've been talking about it for so long, and Alhamdulillah, we're here today. At NatView, my work is all about using technology to impact people's life for the better good. You will agree with me that this is a rewarding job, and I love it and I cherish it a lot. Anything that has to do with impact, empowerment, young children, women, the less privileged, the needy, I'm all in. So you should look around you. The world is changing really, really fast. We've heard of what our head at the EFCC said about what's changing. Whether we like it or not, we have to accept it very, very soon. We have artificial intelligence, robotic, virtual reality, gaming apps, and even digital arts and music are shaping how we live and work lately. The jobs that we had 5 years ago don't exist now because of the technology that we have around us. And that excites me most because the fact that you are now growing up into these fields within this time is something that is exceptional. Way back 5 to 10 years ago, we didn't have that. We were just hearing about it globally, but now we have it in the space of our homes. I would give you a short story of two Nigerians, Shola Akinlede and Ezra Olubi. Back then, they noticed how hard it was for small businesses to start up, to get paid online, and people wanted to sell things on the internet. But customers couldn't pay easily. It was really, really difficult. Transfers would fail, cards wouldn't go through, and a lot of great ideas just couldn't grow because of that. So instead of complaining, they sat down and they brought up an idea. They started small, they failed, they started again, and they failed again. And they pushed with determination, knowing that failure isn't a stop to them. They tested and retested, and that's how Paystack was born. Who knows Paystack? Anybody knows Paystack? Good. So Paystack was born like that. It's a simple platform that made it easy and safe for businesses to accept payments. Paystack is now globally recognized, not just nationally within our local context. It wasn't easy at first. They were turned down so many times by investors who didn't believe in the Nigerian tech could go global. But now, they kept at it, and not long after, Paystack became one of the biggest success stories in Africa. That's what real innovation looks like. It's not luck. It's actually curiosity. It's courage. It's the stubbornness to say, I can make this better. And the patience to keep going until you do so. Now, as you go through this boot camp, I want you to do 3 things individually for yourselves. First is to stay curious. Always ask questions. Don't be shy. A wrong answer is never a wrong answer when you're in this space. Believe me. Second is do not be afraid to fail. Failure is the success, actually. It's just failure. Every person who built something amazing once made a mistake that taught them how to do it better. And third, find your crew. Don't do it alone. Teamwork is very, very important. So yes, from today, let's learn to code, let's learn to design, let's build and create, but also make new friends that are going to enable you eventually. I am proud of seeing what's here. I look forward to the amazing things that MaaaS 360 is going to bring up, and individually what you're also going to bring. Congratulations to all of us, and I hope we all enjoy the bootcamp sessions. Thank you very much.
There are advices you shouldn't take. There are advices you must heed to. And one of this is the advice of your mother. Every mother would want a child to grow up, to be grown, and also become better and better. I don't mean you shouldn't take the advice of your father, but everywhere and anywhere you see a mother, heed to her advice. Whatever she said here was awesome, and what she said is for your good, that you should heed to, and you will see yourself grow and become better. I think the young minds have been seated and been listening. So let me just throw a teaser to see how, as you are here and you are programmers or coders or people who want to build robotics and all of that, let me see how you think outside the box. A quick question is very simple. What is the word that is spelled incorrectly in the dictionary? Incorrectly. Can you put your hands together for her? Yes. All right. So this one, that's the last one. This one, your answer should be quick. All right? 1 plus 1 is what? It's wrong. Your answer should be quick. So 1 plus 1, your answer is quick. Can you put your hands together for me? Yes. So as programmers, you think, as people who are into this, you think outside the box. Before I introduce the next set of people, I would like to say this, that after this event, the products that will come out of this event, either as a solution or you as a person, you are also a product after this event. You are going to be better, you are going to be refined. What you should always think first is not money, but value. Always think what? Let me hear you. Always think what? Because when you think value, what comes to you is a lot more and money. When you think money, only money will come to you. Okay? So whatever you are thinking that the solution you are going to bring, think value. Think what? So your first note or your second or your third should be what? Think value as you code, as you bring up your solution. We have the representative of the KADUNA chairman in person of Mubarak Mohammed. He is no, somebody came here. Okay, I'm sorry, please. We have the executive chairman of KADUNA, Mubarak Mohammed. Please, can you put your hands together for him? Sorry, sir. You're welcome. We also have the PC, that's project coordinator of reaching out of school children, none other but Mr. Ezra Angai. I hope I'm right. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. We have the representative of, quickly, we are going to have, after this speech, we are going to have a group of pictures so that some of our guests that have other engagements that have to leave, we are going to be together in a picture. So right now, we are going to invite the chairman of KADUNA to give us his speech. Please, can you put your hands together for him, please? You're welcome, sir.
Good morning, everyone. It's always a delight to have an opportunity to speak to young people, and I'm really happy to see so many um, young people here with us, as well as our colleagues from the various agencies. So before I start, I would like us to have a little bit of energizer. We know it's early in the morning, and some of us are hungry, some of us are still half awake. So I would like to call each and every one of you to please be on your feet. We're just going to have a little energizer. So we're going to count from 10 to 1. So in descending order. But for all even numbers, we are going to stamp our feet. And for all odd numbers, we're going to clap our hands. I hope you understand this energizer. Let's do an example. Let's use 2 and 1. 2 being the even number, we stamp 1, 2, and then clap 1. So 2 and 1. So let's start from 10 going down. So when we do 10, then we clap 9 times, and then we stamp our feet 8 times, and then we clap 7 times. So 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Please clap for yourselves. It's always good to have a little bit of an energizer. So my name is Mubarak Mohammed. I'm the executive chairman, Kaduna State Universal Basic Education Board. Do you know Kaduna Subeb? Does anyone know Kaduna Subeb? You do? Yes, because you are our students. So we have students from the Kaduna State Smart School, which is one of the model schools we have in Kaduna. And we have, I think, at least one in each state across the country. So I would like to acknowledge the presence of the representatives of EFCC, my colleagues from the Reaching Out of School Children, Mr. Ezra Angai, Dr. Jamil Haruna, the Director HR Subeb, my sister Aisha, and as well as the organizers, MaaaS 360 Degrees. Thank you very much for inviting us here and also having something for our young ones. It is with great honor and immense joy that I stand before you today. The bright, curious, and creative young minds, the future innovators of Kaduna State and indeed Nigeria. The theme of this bootcamp, Future Innovators, Young Minds, Big Dreams, Creating Tomorrow Today, could not be timelier. As we all know, and as previous speakers have mentioned, the world around us is changing fast. Every day, new technology emerges. It reshapes how we live, how we learn, and how we even think. From artificial intelligence, AI, to robotics, to coding, to the Internet of Things, we are entering a future that speaks a new language. And this language is the language of technology. Now, I would like to ask a question here to our young teenagers. Imagine we have a very, very important guest that we want him to speak here today. However, that guest cannot be presently, physically here. Is there any solution that we can get to hear from him? Anybody? Okay, tell us. Video call. So we will be able to see him on the screen, right? And then he will be able to speak to us and we will be able to hear him. Now, this is a problem that we have identified, and someone somewhere has provided a solution to it, and that is the solution of technology. So this is the truth. Those who learn to speak the language of technology will lead the future. Imagine so many other problems that we still haven't found solutions for. You, the young ones that are into technology, you, the young ones that are learning robotics, learning coding, we depend on you to provide that solution. Has any of you ever traveled to any state? And have you ever been to a hotel? Imagine being in a hotel and you want to order for food. A room service, they call it. And typically, someone will bring your food to you, knock on your door, and come in and then present the food to you. In China, I went into a hotel and ordered the food. And to my amazement, a robot brought my food to me. Now that's technology. Please, a round of applause. So, you know, we cannot afford to be left behind. We cannot afford not to learn technology. And that is why we are investing in the young ones, because you are the dreamers and the builders of tomorrow. Our faith, our hopes, and our future rest in your hands. So I would like to quickly share something I've learned about innovation, about creativity and inspiration. You see, innovation is not just about inventing something new. It's about finding the right problems to solve. Inspiration is not a light bulb moment. Inspiration comes from letting your mind wander, from trying, failing, and trying again. Just like my sister Aisha mentioned, that you will always try, and sometimes when things don't work out, don't think that you have failed. Keep on trying, and there is no right or wrong answer. So inspiration, to be inspired, you must give yourself permission to dream, to imagine, and to keep learning and learning. And lastly, creativity. Creativity is born out of curiosity. For you to be creative, you always want to know things. You're always trying to find out how things work. What are the solutions? How do you provide solutions to complex problems? And this is how creativity comes in. It's that beautiful habit of asking why and how. So today I urge you to stay curious, explore, ask questions, try new things, learn across fields. When you do that, you gather these small, useful pieces of knowledge that when you combine them, you know, the powers, you would have the powers to solve complex problems. As acting executive chairman of Kaduna State Universal Basic Education Board, my job is simple, but not so simple. My job is to ensure that every child in Kaduna has access to quality education. But we all know there are so many challenges in the education system, not just in Kaduna, but also in Nigeria. And so I count you very lucky to be amongst the beneficiaries of this boot camp. You've been selected not because you are the best, but because you are fortunate to be in this room. And I urge you to please add value and to participate and simply just have fun. So I want to stand here today as a believer, believing in your dreams, believing in your talent, and in your power to shape the future. You are all the spark that will keep Kaduna and Nigeria moving forward. The future belongs to those who can imagine it, those who can build it, and also those who share it with others. The previous speaker also mentioned about teamwork, and this goes to the organizers. This is a very important aspect where like minds, young learners like this will be able to network and connect and sit down and share ideas. This is what we call community of practice amongst the young learners. So with that being said, the future belongs to you, and it begins with you. And I want to finally thank each and every one of you, especially the organizers of this event, and as well as you, the young learners, students, for coming here. And I wish you a 3-day of an exciting and fun boot camp. Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause.
While listening to him, I learned that you have the power to shape the future. And the power is in your mind. The power is in your thoughts. You have the power to shape the future. It is in your mind and it is in your thoughts. Quickly, we will take one of our last speakers. Then we'll take our pictures. We're just expecting something. We'll take the last speaker, one of the last speakers, then we'll take our pictures. And I'm inviting the representative of the CEO of Macro Focus, Mr. Moses Bako. Please put your hands together for him.
Standing on the existing protocol, on behalf of my CEO, praise the organizers of this program for giving us a chance to share from our success stories, especially to the young ones, because our success started when we were like you. Some years ago, about 25 years ago, he was in Form 3 when he saw a news write-up. Somebody defrauded the Bank of London, England, of some serious amount of money. And then he asked the teacher, the maths teacher, what do I do to learn computer or programming or anything, computer? Then we don't have much of stories about programming, but all we know is computer science. And the teacher said, go and learn your maths. He decided to pick all the maths books, that's general mathematics, from Form 1 to 5. He was in Form 3. He studied all till Form 5. He became the representative of the school in all the debates, all the quiz. He won national award just for his grace to just study computer. He got admission into ATBU, Bauchi. So when he was in ATBU, Bauchi, he went for an IT here in Kaduna. We all know the Air Force Base. There used to be Donia Air then. So he had opportunity of learning his first programming language there. He moved into, he was introduced to another company, just still in Kaduna. And then, when he was just in year 2, his IT, he could spend the whole week in the office. He only goes back to the house on Saturday night. He goes back there, washes clothes, and then prepare for his service. Then Sunday evening, he's back to the office. Determination. He was determined to study and understand the entire programming. Right from there, the boss noticed him and packed all the programming books and gave him, go and study. He studied. When he was there in ATBU, before graduating, he started writing his programs. Then he was moved to Port Harcourt for his NYSC. Steve will sleep under the bridge sometimes because he had nowhere to even do his primary assignments until CCC saw him and said, "Can you develop a software for us?" That's when he started getting where to sleep. He developed his first software, human resources and accounting system. That software has metamorphosized into what Macrofocus has been enjoying till today. Because in that software, we were able to develop what we call REX Human Resources Pension and Management System. This system has been so successful in more than 6 states in Nigeria. The first place we demonstrated this was in Bauchi State. In Bauchi State, then, that was about 20 years ago. You know what it means to save a government of 250 million every month from salaries? You hear the story of ghost workers, but not with Rex Human Resources. Once you apply Rex Human Resources into your system, the story of ghost workers is never your issue. The story of unnecessary calculations is never your issue. From Bauchi, we moved to Adamawa. In Adamawa, we were able to have Boni Haruna, at then, he was the governor, over 3,000 staff. Why? Because he has excess. Then, we moved to Bauchi, to Jigawa. You know, when you are you have a system, we all know how it works in Nigeria. When you are of the APC or PDP, if the other party comes, they push you out and bring another person. We were in Jigawa, but it went through all the successive different governors of different parties till today. That software is working. I think Turaki Saminu said he doesn't have any story about ghost workers in his state because everything works fine. You know, one problem we have as a programmer, the moment you finish programming your system, you have some scavengers. Most of them are banks. They want to take you off the system. We have somebody come, I won't mention the bank so that it won't be I'm blacklisting a bank. Somebody went to Jigawa and said his bank can produce this. And he brought all the stories, and then we sat down looking at him. They gave him to produce one salary. The stories he had was, the irregularities that were there was something else. So they had to call us back to rectify and maintain our software. So if you are into this, you know there is competition. But the story I want to tell you about how this program works is that of Plateau State. During the time of Governor Jang, we were there, and he had salary bills of over 22,000 staff. We didn't do anything. We didn't do any verification. We didn't have anything about going to screen anybody. We just took our system and transferred the entire salaries of the previous month. And it knocked out 22, out of 22,000 staff, we only have 12,000 staff consistent, without any irregularities. Only 12,000. We went to the governor and gave him the report. And he said, please, can you find some people who don't have serious issues? The people who didn't have serious issues were just 5,000. So he had 17,000. His salary bills used to be 2.3 billion, but it reduced to 1.7. Just Plateau State. That's even the state civil service, not the local government and suburb. Local government and suburb was something else. Till today, Baba Jang left, the other man came, and now a new governor is there. That system is still what is working there. You know, so, but what we are trying to tell you now is that the whole of this thing wouldn't have been possible without a dream. And the dream started when he was in Form 3. Then we call it Form 3. You call it JS something. So in Form 3, he started. And what did he do? He maintained his consistency. He maintains his focus. He found out, what will I do to make it possible? And he was disciplined to it. You see, when you have a dream and it's embedded inside you, the only thing you can do is just maintain your focus. And continue to be on it. No matter how difficult it is, just maintain yourself. You definitely see yourself scaling through. And that is why he is now, he has now become more of, we don't call it breadwinner. He has become a serious philanthropist that has helped thousands and thousands of families. Today, our projects have diversified. As I'm talking to you, as soon as I'm through here, I have a meeting with Wema Bank. Because why? We are developing a system with 50,000 farmers. How can we integrate IT into helping 50,000 farmers who are locally, don't have any idea about online banking? How can we help them assist systems, their farm assist input and the rest for their farms and co, and make sure nobody cheats them? Apart from that, we have a lot of security systems that we have been developing and been working on. And you know, most of the people that code are just like you in our office. Though they are not JS, but they are as young as anything. Most of them, I think some of them might be here before the program finishes. But they are so young. And they started just like you. One of them developed a software security system for us that could monitor the entire national grid. We're yet to finish making sure it works. We will have to do all our testing and everything, because the moment anything goes wrong, you can be able to pinpoint it. And it's even developing a drone system that can monitor, can just activate the drone to where the system is, where the fault is, directly using his system. So you see, a lot of people are thinking. Today, while we were even more happy to deal with farmers, the climate change and co has affected a lot of farming, So what we try to do is to make sure farmers get the maximum yield they have. If you farm 1,000 hectares of maize, you shouldn't get less than 50 bags of maize. But most farmers, apart from Samanaka and the rest, they only get about 20. Why? Climate change and other issues. So what do? Develop a system. And that system should be able to monitor your farm. When there is any outbreak in your farm, it should be able to activate a code. And that code should be able to send to our agronomists. The agronomist will look at the code and see what is really wrong and be able to get to the farm and see what is really wrong with the farm so that the farmer can get his full yield, things like that. I'm giving you different various fields where your programming is really, really needed. So I want to challenge you as young people. We started when we were just like you. We have the gray hair. We are still in it. Because there's no old age when it comes to this. Till you die. That's your dream. That's your vision. Whitney Houston said in her song, I believe the children are the future. Well, I don't believe children are the future. Children are the present. We have done our own path. So it's you that can hold on to our nation. If you get it right at this age, our nation will be wonderful. Because when you go to China, Miles Moreau was invited to China. And he thought he was coming to speak to the parliament. They took him to people like you to address in China. And he said, how can I be the right resources to the young people? So we are expecting, this is a very good welcome program, giving the right knowledge to the young people, helping them to see that they are the present Nigeria, not the future. Because in my own definition of a youth is from 13 to 18. Once you are above 18, you are a CEO of your own. You own your life. You own the future. You own everything. So I see no reason why you look at these young people and say youth. I think there was one international program we attended. And the representatives of Nigeria, they are about 40 and above. The other world are between 16, 17, 18. And you see us as Nigerian with Agbada. I decided to wear this because I'm talking to you. You understand? So you see the rest with Agbada and co. And they are talking, but they are out of, in fact, they are not in the league. They don't even understand what's happening. But these young people do understand. If you want to try it, buy a phone. If you're at home, you're a father, buy a phone and see whether you can operate it. But give it to your young child who is not yet 5 years old and see if you won't operate that phone. Naturally, they are good in it. So why depriving them of the real thing of life to understand how to run? If you give them that early start, we'll have a better future today and tomorrow. So I challenge you as young people, the future, you are not the future of tomorrow. You are the future now. You are the present future. You are the ones we are depending on to carry the light. We have done our own. Ours is to guide you and help you not to enter into any wrong path, as been said before. Today, we have one of the best traders in the world are young people. They are not yet 18. They are very good with the international market. The forex, the crypto, the whatever market. They are very good in the gaming industry. There is the gaming competition that is going on, and you make serious money from, you have very success from it. And once you're good in what you're doing, money is not your problem. Because money will always follow. My teacher always says that when the student is ready and is prepared, money will always follow. So if you are prepared, you don't tell me, where will I get computer? My CEO did not think of where he will get computer. Wherever he sees computer, he sit down. We used to carry diskette. Who knows diskette? That's what we used to carry. He will carry a packet of diskettes in his pocket. When he gets to any computer, slot it and start running programs. Some of us, till we finish, we had computer, but we never saw computer in the university. You go to the lab, nothing. The only time I saw computer it was when I got to Shell. And I was told to be human resources system analyst in Shell. That's the first time I've seen Windows computer. So when everybody closes, I'll go back and work from 5 to 10 o'clock in the night. Then leave and have to be back 7 o'clock in the morning. That is how I was able to break through in understanding all these things. So I'm challenging you. Now you have everything at your beckon. If you need a tablet, the government gives you a tablet. Most schools have computers, so you don't have any excuse whatsoever not to be a success. I challenge you, you must make sure you succeed and take over from us and make sure Nigeria becomes far better than what it used to be. Because with technology, we can solve a lot of irregularities. With technology, we can have a better financial future. With technology, in fact, they say sky is your limit. No, it's only God that can be your limit. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Can you put your hands together one more time for the representative of Macro Focus? I heard him talk and he said from 3. Who knows what's from 3 here? Don't mind him, it's not his fault. He has gray hair. From 3 is JSS 3. Yes, that's how they used to call it, from 3. Okay? I know the only thing you know about floppy disk is you see it as a save icon. All right? When you want to save something, you click an icon. It wasn't an icon, actually. It was a hardware. It was a hardware, something small that we used back then. I think around 2005 backwards, there was still a floppy disk. Okay? So can you put your hands together for yourself that you're learning this? So it means that one day it is possible to create a virtual computer. It is possible to create a computer that you don't need to carry. Whenever you need to use it, a screen appears and you play on it and you flap it and it goes. It is possible. And I thank him so much for what he said, that you are not the leaders of tomorrow, you are the leaders of the present. One of the cardinal points of this event is creating tomorrow today. So it means that we are actually living in the present. At this time, not to take so much of your time, we are going to have pictures quickly, and afterwards we are going to have our next speaker, who is the representative of the CEO and the MD of Kaduna Mining. So I'm going to have our guest come forward. Where's the photographer? How are we going to have the pictures? Quickly, Chebene, please, can you come and explain to us how we will have the pictures? So we are going to have our guests here. They will stand here, and the kids will stand where? Okay, the kids will line up here, and our guests will stay upwards. Or the other way around. Our guests here, the kids here. Different.
Okay, we have a lot of pictures to do, so I think we'll just stand and we just get the pictures this way, yes. Then we have separate one for our guest.
Okay. All right, so we're going to all be on our feet, and he will take the picture this way. Then we have separate ones for our guest. I know for the young ones, you are just ready to, on your system, your platform, and start coding or take your training. Don't worry. Very soon, we will go ahead. Please, let's have the organizers come in. Come this way, please. So let's have our guests come to the podium. You can all sit down. So while they take the pictures, I'll just give you my story. Some 4 months ago, I had to go to an ICT conference, and there was a boot camp, and there was a hackathon. All right? There was a boot camp, and there was a hackathon. So what did I do? I only pitched an idea: administration, HR, banking system, and it was a great time to know that what I did became recognized and is coming to fruition already. So you do not know when that particular idea will come. You should learn to journal every idea that comes to your mind. And at the point of journaling your idea, do not begin to think how you are going to carry out the idea. Thank you so much. You can put your hands together for them while we invite our next speaker, who is Isa Suleiman, the representative of the MD and CEO of Kaduna Mining Development. He's going to be speaking to us. Let's clap as he takes the podium. Isa Suleiman, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Good morning, young people. Good morning, everyone. Are you cold? Good morning. My name is Isa Suleiman. I represent the MD Kaduna Mining Development Company. Permit me to start on the already established protocol. Am I a young person? I want to hear from you. Am I a young person? I'm not your colleague. I don't look like you. Okay. I'll start by congratulating you for being in this program. And it's a privilege that you've been selected to be in this program today. A lot has been said, and I hope you learn from it. I'm only trying to re-echo what has been said, because the path to greatness is just a straight path, even though it comes with a lot of hurdles. For us, when you see challenges, which we call challenges, for you, you should see it as an opportunity. Because everything you see around you that we're enjoying today was someone's idea, true or false? True? How many of you can tell me who designed or who created your clothes? Who did it? Who did the attire? Do you know the person? Or your glasses? Or your shoes? Your wristwatch? Or even the computer you're talking about? So life is about problem solving. And that is the value we see in you. He spoke about Jos, and I spent like 12 years in Jos, and I relate to the story, and I understand what he was saying. The truth is, everyone has a story, but ask yourself, what do you spend most of your time doing? Maybe you reflect on that. It's done by the dream, which requires you to be focused and also be consistent. Like he said, parents are there to guide you. We do hear parent and guardian, right? That means you have it in you. They only help you to bring it out. True? Hello? How many of you have also felt like leaving this country? How many of you have feel like leaving the country? Oh. Okay, how many of you have traveled? Let me put it that way. How many of you have traveled out of this country? Okay, while you're in the airport, you notice while you're leaving, some other persons are coming in. Or were you able to reflect to know how many people were coming in, or probably which one is more, the people leaving or the ones coming in? Have you ever reflected to see what's that? Okay, you didn't notice. Maybe sometime when you travel again, you take note of that. The reality is that Nigeria is blessed with a lot of opportunities. Until tomorrow, you'll still see people coming. You are living, but what they see here, what we call challenges that is taking us out of this country, is what some other persons see as an opportunity, and they are running into this country. So how many of you make your beds? Very few of you, right? So when you make your bed, right, do you enjoy lying on it? You enjoy it? What if you didn't make it? So who will make your Nigeria for you? Hello? Who will make your Nigeria for you? You. So Nigeria is your bed and you have to make it work. Just know that. We have no choice. Nobody will build your home for you. You will make it work. Just always have that at the back of your mind. Take note. Now, do not expect to not to face challenges. But you're blessed with parents, guardians, and other agencies that are here to support you. Here, what we see, like you said, in the face of technology, a lot of our parents go to the market, buy their phones, but when they come home, they just hand it over to one of you and say, help me do certain things. But you should ask yourself, were you there when he made that decision to buy that phone? You were not there, right? So how do you come about knowing how to use the phone without even using the manual? How many of you use manual to understand phone? How many of you? A lot of you don't use manual. You just dive into it and you get it done, right? That means you have it. Neither were you consulted when they were building the phone, right? So, how many of you have ever feel that you are not important? Maybe when you are reprimanded, you feel I'm not important. We are having a conversation. I think a lot have been said, but I need to bring it down to your notes. You feel maybe when your parents reprimand you, or maybe scold you, or we as Africans do the thing we do best. You feel my mom doesn't like me? How many of you feel that? Oh my God. Consider yourself lucky. Do we nowadays? When we were younger, our mothers use codes. I'm just trying to take you somewhere. We are doing this unconsciously. We are trying to build those unconscious mind and ideas into something of value. Are we together? We are doing all of this unconsciously. Our mothers, when probably we have a visitor, you come to the sitting room where your parents are, and she doesn't want you to be there. She just gives you a code. True? They give you a code using their facial expression, right? You get the message, isn't it? Are we together? That's what coding, that's what you're doing. You're putting it in the system. Now, there are different codes in different in different families, in different traditions. Have you seen the situation where you bring something, your mother's hands are full, she say, put it in my head? What does she tell you? It's a code, right? But when we're younger, some of them put it under her head. That means they didn't get the code. So if you don't get the code, you look what? How do you look when you don't get the code? Hello? We're having a conversation. So let me tell you. Now, this is the time to put all these ideas into something of value. Like he said, or like other speakers have spoken. A lot of young people today they are after money, right? But yet some even get the money, but still, it's like they never had it, right? The truth about it is that money will come when you have it, something of value. And you can't just tell how. You can't just tell the limit. Like he said, it's only God that knows the limit. Even you that is in need can't tell the limit. That is how it works. So if you focus on money now, you lose a whole lot of ideas, all the value you need to put on the table so that it will be what? Solving problems for today, tomorrow, and many years to come. So I will encourage you and consider yourself very lucky to have this opportunity to create or to solve problem. Life is about solving problem. Everything you see around you is solving a problem, and someone conceived the idea and he was able to bring it to limelight. Before you know now, in technology, anything produced today is what? Obsolete. True? Hello? Are we together? Anything produced in technology today, as produced today, the phones we have already is an obsolete. What has not been produced is what is new. That is how the creative mind works in this space. For the fact that it's being produced, that means it has solved the problem it's being produced for. Do we understand? So I encourage you that don't be carried away by what you're saying. Always think of how to create more value to what is already here, or solving more problems of what is already affecting us here. He talked about they are working on something that is really a problem, which is power, right? Power is really a problem. At some point, going through the headlines, you hear different narratives, different news. You even tend to wonder who is in charge, who is saying what, who is saying the truth. But we have a technology. We've gone to that point that we have a technology. We should have a technology that should be tracking some of these things and be able to, at our fingertip, there's a problem here. Possibly even giving us an indicator before the problem. Are we together? So I would say congratulations once again. And nobody will make your hope for you. You have to make it yourself. So just focus, think of how to add value, how to solve problems, and how to make the life better for the future. I won't take much of our time. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Focus. Think of how to add value. So you see what we're saying has been adding up. I know that most of you would not want to sit for a long time as this to listen for all of what we've been saying. But if you've been picking key things, they are going to encourage you at a point. They are going to push you at a point, and they're also going to cause you to sail. That you should know, like his last words, is focus, think of how to add value, and bring up a solution, and much more than what you know or what you think. You will see that you are bringing to pass value that is transforming lives and different sectors around you. All right? We are going to have one of our last speakers, none other but the project coordinator reaching out of school children, Mr. Ezra Agai. You're welcome, sir. Please, let's clap. Let's clap.
Good morning. Permit me to respectfully stand on already established protocols. Hello, how's everyone? Great, it's nice to see all of you smiling. A lot has been said today. I'm not going to bore you with long speeches. Oftentimes, everybody's reality is different from the spoken word, correct? So I'm going to just lean on what is real. What is real? That you are among a lucky few from thousands of children, even in Kaduna State alone, that don't have the opportunity to sit in these halls or to go to school. As the project coordinator for the Reaching Out of School Children project, I oversee a project that seeks to integrate 200,000 out-of-school children, your peers, people that look like you, people that speak like you, people that want to be you, but they don't have that opportunity. I go through communities, finding these children to see that we convince their parents or their community leaders or the kids themselves to go to school. But here you are, not only do you have an opportunity for learning, but to learn things that are relevant to the future. A lot of speakers have spoken. You will hear them speak from the pain of their past, either parents that wanted to kill them in the name of discipline, or jobs that were just too difficult or sometimes impossible to do. But you are in a bold new world where work is play. When we were growing up, if you were on social media too much, you were considered unserious. Now you're on social media too much, you are what? you're an influencer, correct? So by simply making TikTok videos, you can become an absolute superstar. What does this mean for you? It means that you have a practical pathway to succeed. I'll pick, as one of the last things I'm going to say, I'll pick on part of what he said about how our mothers handled our discipline. What that did to the society and to most of us is that it suppressed the voices of children. Most of you seated here, if we were to go around, they would tell you to sit down in one corner and what? Be quiet. If you muted an idea, we will say to you, wait till you grow up before you share the idea. And not to throw any shade on the organizers, but even this boot camp that has been organized by you, we've not heard from any of you. Am I correct? We've not heard from any of you to come and speak to us. But I think that the way that the world is going is that you have voices beyond what is permitted to you. If you are a music artist and nobody understands that you simply want to do music with your life, you can do a music video and upload it on the internet, and that thing goes viral, and that's it. You become a superstar. If you go into crypto, it means you can generate funds without having to sit and look for a 9-to-5 like most of us have had to do. This means that as I look at each and every one of you with your beautiful, curious eyes, that you have an opportunity